All right. Question number 5. Is that number 5? Did I misnumber it? I did misnumber it. Oh my God. Okay. Oh well. All right. So everybody knows I'm not a math major. All right. So question number 4, technically titled 5A, is about getting rid of some self-stimulatory behaviors. So the child grabs toys in his hands and then he'll either tap them on the floor or tap him against his chin. So instead of letting he also takes that toy and he likes to scratch books with the toy. So instead of letting the child engage in those behaviors, then the parent is having them play with puzzles or to write. All right, so the problem is that, when the parent is having him write, when they physically help him write, he does it pretty well. But then as soon as they stop helping him, then he just goes back to scribbling. Now, I think we talked about it at a previous behavior chat, but I'm not 100% sure. And it was about, well, why do kids engage in self-stimulatory behaviors? So self-stims usually come about because of boredom or anxiety. So when you have a child that doesn't have a wide variety of play skills, what you have is a very bored child that doesn't know what to do with their free time. And nobody likes being bored. And so you're going to just do stuff to occupy your time because it's better than being bored. So you can put a regular child in a room that has nothing to do at all, and in 15 minutes, they'll start licking the walls because that's better than being bored. So for us in treatment, when we don't even worry about self-stimulatory behaviors until we can teach a child a wide variety of different toys that they can play with, from puzzles to shape sorters to board games. Like, our job is actually to give them the skills to be effective at occupying their own time. And for a lot of kids, as they get interested and learn how to play with these other things, they'd rather engage in these than the self-stim. So naturally, as they learn to do this, the self-stims decrease as their toy play increases. Now, the second part of the question is about the actual writing itself. Like, when I help him, he's doing pretty good. When I don't help him, he just goes back to free scribbling. So now, most likely, and this is something for most people that they don't, understand in terms of how when you're helping kids, most people use all or nothing prompting, meaning like, I either helping you or I'm not helping you at all. And what you have to realize is there's degrees of helping. There's helping you a lot to helping you a little, some to helping you only a little bit. So a lot of it's learning how to start with a lot and slowly fade it out so that it's less and less and less support that you're giving the child until they don't need that support anymore. So I'll give an example of like, when we teach a child how to color, okay? So when we teach a child how to color, we only have like a long rectangle with like thick borders for them to practice how to go up and down with their strokes. So when we first get started, the therapist will help grab the child's hand and show them and help them go up and down with the strokes and filling all the white spaces as they go forward, from all the way from the left side all the way across to the right side. And so they're going to help them fully until they get toward the very end. And at the very end, they're trying to get even that like a little bit of white space for them to just do 1 or 2 strokes to finish it. And that's where they fade out and they get rid of that prompt and seeing if the child can complete that on their own, And that's what they're trying to do is like, they do that on their own, you reinforce them. And then every time you're trying to, as long as they're successful, fade out more and more so that the child can maintain that level of success for longer and longer periods at the back. Now, the actual practice of writing involves a lot of skills, and that by itself might be its very own stream all by itself. So it's going to be a lot more complicated than I'd care to get into right now. Because there are going to be structural components, there are going to be technological components and things like that. But I think, again, that is something that we can address in a future stream.